Because this is kind of the.
By the way, am I like the only guy who isn't turned on by Zoe Saldana? I'm sure she's a lovely person, but she doesn't turn me on at all. I feel somewhat bad about that.
Your first year, where now it's, you know, people have seen you.
They see me and they fucking hated me, right? I saw the bullshit numbers we put out. Nothing like that in real life, right? It's been a total and complete failure. We were supposed to be announcing like more spin-offs and season 3, 3, 4, and 5 by now, right? We were supposed to be like being super popular. I was going to be incredibly famous, right? This was a perfect vehicle for me, and I fucked it up, right? Nobody likes me. Must be because everybody's a racist, all right? But again, you see him grinning from ear to ear, which he did. It was like Jodie Whittaker before her episodes aired, right? And then suddenly the bravado kind of leaked away, didn't it?
So you're enjoying it so far? It's all going well, and
all going well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not going well. And you see what an incredibly shit actor he is. He can't even like fake it. He is an incredibly shit actor.
Yeah, just finished the second season earlier this year. We've got the Christmas episode coming out.
So the rumor going around is everybody hates him in Cardiff now. Right? People liked him when they thought he was going to be great, and now it's been a crushing failure. Everybody hates him in Cardiff. I don't know, like, if they don't get a deal with Disney, do you think they'll go with him, or do you think they'll get somebody else? I really don't know. I really genuinely don't know. Maybe they'll get a streaming partner that'll say, yeah, get rid of Rusty Davis and Ncuti Gatwa. You know, what my boy can only hope. But again, does this look like the Ncuti Gatwa who's always grinning and going, it's the bestest ever? No, it doesn't.
At Christmas?
Stop it!
Yeah, no.
And like, where's your fucking sleeves, you moron?
Radical. But no, it's been amazing.
And
yeah, it's been amazing. Cut out, and it's kind of an obvious cut.
Radical. But no, it's been amazing.
And they did the cut right there, and then we're shooting season 3 next year. Really? You think so? I don't think he is. I really, genuinely don't think he is. I heard he'll be replaced with a similar looking actor. I went over who it was a few weeks ago. It's another black guy. Because you can't have a white male lead in Doctor Who. That would be cray, right? That'd be absolutely insane. Anyway, so that's going down. Where are we up to? Let me see what I'm going to pull up first. Maybe we could do that. Okay, we've got a few things to look at. 1 second. That's the story I'm going to want to look at. So I'm going to line these up. There's a good Peter Capaldi story. I wouldn't mind looking at that. And that's something else we're going to look at. Fine, yeah. Well, I think we'll open with that. What else we got? I have no idea what HuffPost is say, but this headline is it's got to be a bollocks article, right? It's got to be something completely insane. And I know there's a lot more timeless child nonsense. I don't know. Oh God, just give it a rest with it. I'm like, honestly, just give it a rest already. Fine, let's go over here. We'll start with what we said in the tin, right? We'll start with what we said in the tin, which was the most spooky dookiest moments in Doctor Who. Spooky dookie moments in Doctor Who, and see how much I agree with them. 10 most chilling moments in Doctor Who. Now, Mark Donaldson, while being a bit of a prick, does know his Doctor Who. God bless him. Spooky Doctor Who moments that stay with you long after long after you've emerged from the sofa. Okay. Over the years, Doctor Who has gained a reputation for tea time terror. I mean, yeah, look, we had a lot of very good scary things, right? The Pyramids of Mars. I mean, you had that whole period in the early 70s where Robert Holmes was just doing pastiche after pastiche after pastiche on horror movies he loved. Over the years, Doctor Who has gained a reputation for tea time terror, having scared multiple generations of children over their beans and toast, or I find beans and toast more scary. The Hinchcliffe Holmes era was notorious for this, riffing on classic horror attracting unwanted attention from Mary Whitehouse and the National Viewers and Listeners Association. Yeah, they were not happy, right? They were not happy. However, the one thing, it's one thing to horrify an audience by drowning the Doctor or tipping some baddies into an acid bath. Well, that was probably a bad idea. But it's entirely different to chill viewers to the bone. Explicit horror in Doctor Who is rare. Is it? I mean, look, you can say the Cybermen are very horrific, right? You will become like us. And they can be fleeting and truly unsettling. I mean, Web of Fear is a good one for a spooky, dooky horror story. I love Web of Fear. It's really good. Chilling Doctor moments can come in a variety of forms, from philosophical horrors to haunting imagery. It can that can't quite shake from the mind's eye. They're moments that inspire real-life compulsion to run past shop windows or long-standing disdain for your fellow coach passengers. What are they talking about? What's it? Are you talking about Delta and the Bannerman? I don't remember being that scared of that. So another about Kane's face melting in Dragonfire. That's pretty good. Or Dr. Constantine's transformation in a gas mask zombie in The Empty Child. When they did that, by the way, they had to edit out a sound effect like bone crunching because it was too scary, right? Oh, problem being, then problem being, as is Steve, it was too scary for the Kittywinkle. Was it Kittywinkles? And then in the second episode, they had somebody else transform. They accidentally left that sound effect in, and it was way better. So it's talking about psychological. We're talking about moments of Doctor Who from the past 6 years that tap into the deep-seated fears that chill you to the bone. Everything has to be queer. Nothing at the end, at the edge of creation. Wild Blue Yonder. Now, Wild Blue Yonder, I think, could be reasonably argued was the absolute best of the queer era, right? And it kept the queerness to an absolute minimum. We had I guess it was queer. We had Asian queer, not Sir Francis Drake, Isaac Newton, right? Other than that, I think, other than that, it was really just a good horror story. Now, what was better, Wild Blue Yonder or Pyramids of Mars? Let's go again. Waters of Mars. I think it's very much in that, in that style. I don't know. Because again, I'm so down on the queer era because it's been such a crushing disappointment and so much insane propaganda. I'm like, leave me alone with it, right? Shut up. That being said, though, this wasn't a objectively scary, but again, it was really, really dispowered from the week before, the Star Beast, which was dumb and queer propaganda, to this one, which was only a little bit of modern day propaganda, and then they got into making a TV show. Man, honestly, it's really crushing because had they just gotten rid of that the relentless queerness of everything, this could have been the mark of a great spooky era. Right? It really could. You could have had the fun with the Star Beast. I think you needed a little bit more going on in terms of the plot, right? But then, the whole thing with Salt at the edge of the universe, bringing in more fantasy, more horror aspects to it. Could have been great, right? And that really would explain the toy maker coming back. There's so much potential just pissed away by Jinx Monsoon and Yasmin fucking Finney. What a useless character she is. Rose, right? Get Rose point two. Just an absolute useless character. When they were attacked by Sutek, she played on her iPad for a bit, right? It wasn't that impressive. So this was a hard one for me, right? Because I should be saying, it was good, but honestly, it's there's a lot of baggage with this. Let's read it anyway. There are some properly horrible moments in Wild Blue Yonder. Who can forget the Donna melting into the floor with a cruel cackle? I think the hand, the oversized hands were way scarier. Or the giant mashed up Dr. Donna blocking the corridor is enough to make a horse sick. Well, not really. But for pure chilling existential dread has to be the moment where the Doctor and Donna look out the spaceship and they stare at the darkness of the edge of the universe. I don't know. No. I think it's when they realize they were with the Doctor and Donna. Remember that early scene, right, where Doctor's doing one thing in one room, Donna's in another room, and then somebody shows up, and they think it's the Doctor thinks it's Donna, and Donna thinks it's the Doctor. That was, and yeah, I think that's where like the extended hands and stuff came from. So I found that I found much more chilling, right? The Doctor's decision on pitch black nothingness is chilling on the level you might not even know because it emphasizes the terror of the emptiness of space. Being lost 100 trillion years from a home is a terrifying thought. In that moment, it feels like there's absolutely no hope for Donna to ever get back to Earth. Look, I honestly, because I believe in God, this doesn't scare me at all. Right? It generally does, because I feel that everything is in a contained, loving universe. The scene is also unsettling because of the loneliness it invokes. There are only the Doctor and Donna all on their own, but we'd like to think there are other life out there in the universe. Well, they do show up in the episode. The idea of a place where nothing exists but darkness, but our darkest impulses, personified by not things, is scary to think about. It's a little bit too esoteric, I have to say. It, like the great chilling moments in film and television, the concept of nothingness at the edge of the universe also gets more unsettling the longer you think about it. Okay, that's a fair entry. I will say that's fair, and it's come from the current era, so I feel like I'm being fair with that. Android Sarah Jane. Well, it's less impressive when you know it's coming, right? It's like when you know it's coming, you can see it from a mile away, right? I mean, you really can. You really here. Let's see if I can pull up that clip. I don't. It's not out on Blu-ray yet, so I don't think I got it as an MP4. Maybe I have it as an MP4. Let's have a look. Because, like, again, when you know it's coming, it's way less impressive. But when you didn't know it's coming, it was like, whoa, that's terrifying. Android. It's the episode 1, I believe, right? Let's have a look. Do I have anything playable in here? Oh, there you go. I think it's, the episode 1 cliffhanger. I guess not. Okay, not episode 1. There we go. Video file. Let's try episode 2. Oh, this looks like it. This looks like it. Yeah, here's it.
Where is the real Sarah?
No, that still works. I'd take it back. If you put it on slow-mo, it doesn't work.
Wearing a scarf. What have you done with Sarah? Where is the real Sarah?
And also, maybe they should have a thing that the faces stick on a bit better. I want to get to the moment where you see a face before it falls off. Okay, no, that happened quick enough. I think it was fine. Okay, that was a good scare. Yeah, that was a good cliffhanger. I agree with it. Because we all love Sarah so much, right? I mean, that's essentially why. The android invasion is full of strange and creepy moments. Well, thank you. I'm no stranger to creepy moments. From the unit soldiers nonchalantly walking off a cliff. That was actually way scarier. I forgot about that. That's way scarier, right? When it's like, in front of a horrified Sarah Jane and the Doctor, to a truck full of mindless drones being driven into a village It's an underrated gem from the Tom Baker. I don't think it's underrated. I thought everybody loved it. Okay. But the most memorable, chilling moment in the whole series was when the fourth Doctor realized Sarah Jane has been replaced by an android. Well, it is the android invasion. It's such a great ending of an episode that the Doctor's offering Sarah some ginger pop and realizing she's been replaced, throwing her to the ground where her face falls off. The unnatural way the Sarah droid rolls across the grass further adds the yes, very good point. Unsettling tone and cliffhanger. Even more impressive because the android facade should be utterly ridiculous. The two eyeballs fixed in some plastic cogs and modes. It doesn't matter. It was what it made you do in your head when you saw it, right? And yet the image of Android dressed as Sarah Jane in costume is a proper nightmare for you. I agree with you, right? If we can't trust Sarah Jane Smith, then who can we trust? It's an iconic moment and one that must have left its mark on Stephen Moffat. The scene in the Almost People where 11th Doctor melts Ganga Amy Pond owes a little debt. No, I'm sorry. You can't compare the Almost People. Probably one of the weakest things that Moffat did. And again, yeah, look, I get it. But like, if you watch things like Westworld from the time, then it's very contemporary. I think it's very contemporary. But yeah, no. Also, it was almost. Yes, this I agree with. This is I love this story, right? And I think this is where the Angels really met their apex, right? Where they really got the best they ever did. Look, we were first introduced to the Weeping Angel and saw incredibly how powerful they are, but this one showed their cruelty and malevolence. And it's really good, right? It's really, really good. And they did it. And again, I think this is Moffat firing on all cylinders. I really love this story, especially the intro. Oh, God, it's so good with the song. Sure, it's almost directly from Miss Evangeline's ghosting in Silence on the Library, but the fate of Cleric Bob in Time of the Angels takes the idea and makes it even more chilling. There's a lot of really terrifying stuff in there. Was it Flesh and Stone? I mean, the Amy scratching her eye and the not the sand, the angel dust, whatever it was coming out. I mean, it's so the angels moving, right? You see them move. Oh God, reels. That one, I found that really genuinely scary, right? The angels, and you find out how much more powerful they are. But when you find out how nasty they are, that's real scares. The angel especially breaks down Doctor Hope that Bob survived with the reveal that it's now speaking through the dead soldier's voice. It's disturbing stuff in the age of AI voices running rampant. The concept of somebody putting words in a long dead mouth, even more chilling than they were broadcast. No, I think it was more chilling then. There's a genuine cruelty in Bob's death that isn't there in Evangelist's ghosting. Yes, absolutely. Like the Vast Narada were just hungry. The angels are like cruel, evil fuckers. Love them. There's a genuine cruelty in Bob's death, and there isn't there, and that isn't there in Evangelist's ghost. If I just said that. Think about how matter of fact Angel Bob is when he explains how the Weeping Angel can communicate with the Doctor via the radio. They said the angel has no voice. It stripped my cerebral cortex from my body and reanimated a version of my consciousness to communicate with you. Sorry about the confusion, right? But he was just so nasty at the same time, right? Once again, Stephen Moffat excels at sending a chill right down the spine. I agree with you. Through words and ideas rather than blood and guts. Rusty Davis, please take notice. The image in your mind's eye of the angels stripping out Bob's cerebral cortex is even more horrifying than anything else they could have put on screen. And that includes Graham Norton popping up during the cliffhanger. What? Graham Norton popped up in the cliffhanger? No, that was in Rose, wasn't it? I don't know. The death of Lawrence Scarman. Well, this was really sold by what's it called again? Mr. Bronson. Yeah. Like it's because you see it's such a great performance, right? But you do see this brother's love, right? And it's genuinely painful. Yeah, I actually tend to agree with him. This one. I'm going to close this. So let's read this. Now I found the mum is like crushing me with death. Not so terrifying. It bears repeating that every now and again that the Doctor is an alien who doesn't live by a moral code that we do. I think that was the point of the was it the Unquiet Dead, right? With I really think that's why they had that whole line about how he wanted to let them reanimate the corpses, but then he saw they were evil, right? The Doctor's lofty view of everything in existence can sometimes put him at odds with his best friends, from Brigadier Lieutenant Stewart to Rose Tyler. Perhaps the best example of this comes from Pyramids of Mars, when it contains an incredible scene that hammer home the Doctor's chilly detachment from human affairs. I don't know. I think Imogen Fendolf did it better, frankly. Affairs of Humanity. When Sarah Jane finds the lovely old Lawrence Garman dead by his brother's hat. I know. Oh, yeah, it's so painful. Oh, now I remember the thing. It is so painful. The Doctor's cold and takes you back. The Doctor may be all teeth and curls, but he's not above the snarl every now and again. And the matter-of-fact assertion that Lawrence Kahn's been strangled before casually pushing the corpse aside is a trillion miles away from Ten's mournful, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that kind of just annoyed me after a while. But quite frankly, the Doctor doesn't have time to mourn when Sutekh is pointing a gun at his head. The Doctor's assertion that Lawrence and the other people killed over the course of Pyramids of Mars are merely the first of millions unless Sutekh is stopped is cold and reflective and incredibly high stakes involved. Well, it's Tom Baker's performance, isn't it? Right? I mean, I can imagine him in the rehearsal room taking this apart. Let's see if we can find that clip. What episode is it? Is that episode 3, you think? I'm going to guess episode 3. I might be wrong. See, Dragon. No, wait. Pyramids of Mars. Where is that? There we go. Doink. I've only got AVIs of that. Didn't that come out on Blu-ray? No, season 13 hasn't come out on Blu-ray. So I can't show you that. Never mind. But yeah. No, it's a that is excellent. Johnny Auton is here. Johnny says only an idiot would do Sutekh without the mum is looking at you, Rusty. There. Oh, God. Oh, it's so painful. Fine. You know what? Let's see how he fucked over Doctor Who. Right? Because it's really worth it. That's what talking Sutekh. I don't think we have a choice. I think I have the Tales of the TARDIS, don't I? Dark Starby's Dot and Bubble, Space Baby's Devil, the Church of Remember something. No, I don't. Blimey, I thought I did. What was it? Wobble Yonder Giggle? Oh, maybe I left it in the main folder. Let's have a look. No, that one, not that one. Maybe I put it over here in Tales of the TARDIS. Let me see if it's in the Fourth Doctor folder. Could be. Set Decay, not that one. Keep it Tralkin. Misk, no. Do this over here. No, I don't have it, which is a shame. All right. Why would I get rid of that? That's so dumb of me. Right? That is incredibly stupid of me. Because that's like a great example of how shit this era is. Where you got him talking about cultural appropriation. Fuck off. Did I get rid of all the what was the name? Tales of the TARDIS? I think I probably did. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Wait, what's this one over here? No, that's Oh, it's a show. I wish I kept that clip because it's so awful. Right? It's so genuinely terrible. But it's not there. That's probably why I got rid of it. Yeah, no mummies, no Egyptology because of cultural appropriation. What a schmuck. I mean, really? What a schmuck. Pain. Yeah, okay. I am a huge fan of this Capaldi. This should have been his final story. I wish we had more different Cybermen in it. But, like, I love that they were developing Cybermen he didn't really realize until it got too late. And there were Mondosians here. Okay, fine. I just want to hear Capaldi's reaction. A Mondosian Cyberman. Oh, man. That is a mark of great. That's one of the better parts of Doctor Who. Hellbent. Doctor Well Enough in Time. It was towards the end of that. Oh, well, this is one of the great pre-title sequences of all time. Yeah. I wonder if they knew he was going to do the Christmas special when he wrote this. If he wrote it in the snow for them. I'd say I don't really like how doctors survive a long time without regenerating now. Oh, what a great pre-title sequence. If we knew that how Doctor Who was going to go, we would be saying the same thing. Yeah, these things are absolutely terrifying. Here, is it right here?
It's a Cyberman. A Mondasian Cyberman.
A Mondasian, not Montosian. Ah, I love it. Oh, he was so good as a Doctor. Okay. If only we knew how badly it was going to go. Nobody could have predicted. What's the beginning of War of the Worlds? Nobody. I don't know. No modern show understands the true horror of the Cybermen like Stephen Moffat. I tend to agree. His best cyber story to date comes right at the end of his era when he depicts the Mondasian origins of the classic Cybermen in World Enough and Time. Well, it's kind of like directed there by the master. There's some shocking and frightening images in the penultimate episode of Series 10, from Bill Potts getting shot in the chest to mysterious patients with their bandaged heads. By far the most chilling moment is when Bill unmutes the half-converted Cyberman in the hospital ward, right? It's like, pain. And that they made the Mondasian Cybermen so freaking scary. Very impressed. Although they did that in Spare Parts, the Cybermen origin story from Big Finish. And why they're doing the new another Cybermen origin story, oh God, it's going to be crap. They repeated the utterance of the word pain is a horrifying twist that gets across the true horror of being converted as a Cyberman without having to show the spinning blades of the conversion factory like in Rise of the Cybermen, Age of Steel. Yes, absolutely, right? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That didn't work, right? This worked. Even just looking at a Mondasian Cybermen, they with the suffocating surgical stock heads, which, again, I don't think was the intention when they first did them. They just really cleverly reinvented them by keeping them exactly the same. Heavy chest units and head clamps. It's hardly surprising the process was so painful. While the final stage of cyber conversion may shut down the body's pain receptors as well as its emotions, there's a grim reality of the constant state of pain up until that point. In fact, it's a state of pain that's overwhelming. That pain is literally the one thing they can say. At times it's hard to believe this show. This is the same show as the one with farting aliens and the Doctor playing football. Well, that's the great thing about Doctor Who, though, isn't it? Auton's attack from Spirit of Space. I wholeheartedly agree. wholeheartedly, and this terrified a generation, right? Exactly the same way as the Weeping Angels did. It was like normal that you don't normally see, and it was just fantastic. Yeah, it was genuinely scary. Although, I have to tell you, there's a guy on a bicycle who, when he sees it break out, his mouth forms a perfect O. Maybe let's pull that up, which I found a bit comical. So we can find that. The Third Doctor, Spear from Space, and which one is that? Episode 4. I'm going to go episode 4, right? I'm going to say I think episode 4. When they're breaking out. Oh, here we go. That's the bloke. That's the bloke. Oh, he's not the guy with the perfect O for a mouth. Where is it? But yeah, only it was a little jerking things that really made him so scary. What really added to Rose was the sound of like metal, of plastic, contorting. Maybe there's another guy who. Let me think of somebody else. Somebody at the bus stop. I don't know, but it is pretty darn scary. Like, just normal everyday things. So what was better, this or Rose? This was totally scarier. Okay, that was totally scarier than Rose. It's incredible that the Auton policeman and Terror of the Autons. That's what I was thinking about for the Sarah Jane Smith face falling off. That's totally what I was thinking about, right? Yeah, because when you see when you watch it, and you know it's coming. It's so signposted. Pull that up there. Video file. Dr. Terror of the Autons. Which episode am I looking for? That'll be episode 2 cliffhanger. Let's try episode 2 cliffhanger. Here it is, I think. Yeah, that was it. The Sarah J. Smith was wait. You see this coming a mile away. But still, great. I mean, look, this is the great creepy. We're not expecting great creepy Doctor Who, right? The boss will turn Bill Potts straight. Well done. John Sim, how's that affecting people? It's incredible that Auton believes in and telling from Scotland Yard, but the moment that in episode 4 of Spirit in Space got a free pass, the nesting consciousness puts its plan into place, and shop window dumbers burst out onto the street and instantly start gunning down commuters. We just saw that. The unblinking face of the Auton, I nearly said axons, of the Autons juxtaposed with the horrified faces of the ill-fated citizens give the scene a nightmarish quality. It's very rare that that Doctor Who kills off innocent bystanders have no connection to the overall story. Or if it's horror Fang Rock, they kill off everyone connected to the story as well. And it's certainly never as cold as this. The horror spears commuter carnage stands out even more, especially as the killing is so wanton and merciless. Now they totally couldn't do this now because of things like the July bus bombing. It'd be much harder now. It's a frightening sequence that chills the blood over 50 years later. Concerns about gun crime in America and homegrown terrorism, we're talking about the same thing. Both sides of the Atlantic means that we're watching a bunch of humanoid aliens massacring innocent people in a street can feel a bit too close for comfort. And it's terrible we live in a world where that does feel too close for comfort, doesn't it? This is further highlighted by the fact that the modernized title sequence in Rose just can't. The modernized sequels just can't compete. I think so. Despite being, it was also played a bit more comedic as well. Despite being filmed in a real shopping center, everything felt a bit too constructive, and the tone. Well, it's the first episode. Felt more comedic. It was more comedic. That's how Russell Davis rolls, baby. How the simpler location, a harsh daylight from space makes the sequence feel very, very real. It does have that documentary footage kind of feel, right? TikTok goes the clock. Night Terrors. Night Terrors was a genuinely scary. Who wrote that? Was it? It wasn't Toby Whithouse. One second. Let's have a look. 1 second. Doctor Who Night Terrors. Oh, Mark Gatters. That explains it. Is that? Did they also have? What's his name in it? Head. It also had. Daniel Mays was in that one. Yeah, Daniel Mays is very good at playing scared, right? He's very good at like shitting himself. Well, I'm playing scared. I'm not literally shitting himself. Maybe he is. Maybe Daniel Mays loves to shit himself. Man, I heard from him ages. Last thing I heard of him was on Life on Mars. Okay, now I'm going to look up his IMDb, see what's been doing. I'll look up his Wikipedia, right? Because it's already open. He's in Chicken Run. Television. Long Shadow, Magpie Murders, Inside Number 9, Franklin. I don't know any of these things, but he's still working. He's doing okay for himself. Fine. Oh, my ears are completely blocked up. Oh man. Let's see if I can. Oh, that's better. Okay, the universe truth of the nursery rhyme is going to be deeply, deeply creepy. Although there's no historical evidence to prove it. Oh, wait a minute. I disagree. Sapphire Still, first story. Ring Around the Roses, freaking terrifying. Absolutely. Not less scary. There's Huffy Puffy Ringstone Round. Although there's no historical evidence to prove it, many people believe that Ring Around the Roses is inspired by the Great Plague of 1660s. I thought it was. Everybody thought that, right? Right, because nursery rhymes are creepy as hell. And also, Ring Around the Rose, a pocket full of poses, tissue, we all fall down. So, yeah, didn't people get cold first and they died? I don't know. What was the what was the Great Plague? What was the Great Plague of 1660? Bubonic plague. Oh, there you go. Not everyone's favorite. So Doctor understands, which is why Night Terrors introduced a chilling nursery rhyme. Again, not Huffy Puffy Ringstone Round. TikTok goes the clock. Night Terrors are already pretty creepy episode thanks to the nightmarish peg dolls. Yeah, they were very good. But not really content with the image of Victorian dolls and their slightly too large heads, or massively too large heads. Writer Mark Gassel also had a spine-tingling number. TikTok, wasn't that wasn't such a terrifying moment. No, the people turning into peg dolls, that was scary. TikTok goes the clock, and all the years they fly. TikTok, and all too soon, you all must die. You and I must die. All right, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not that. Again, the transformation was scary, right? The image of the peg doll turning Purcell into a wooden avatar as it sings this rhyme while giggling and childishly is freaky with a capital F. The horrible cracking sound and the childlike glee is the muscle bit of sound design from composer Murray Gold and sound effects Paul Jeffries. I can't agree with him. The rhyme returned at the end of closing time was enough to turn your heart to ice. I forgot about that. You can't even remember it now. I'm thinking about it. As River lay in wait, ready to kill the Doctor in late silence. So these two episodes may not be anybody's favorite. I thought they've done good, actually. I have to tell you. Although nursery rhyme was a scarily effective piece of connective tissue throughout season 6B. Fair enough. Don't Cremate Me, Dark Water. So this one didn't really work, I'm afraid. Why? Because Dark Water didn't really work. is the bottom line. Yeah, Dark Water was a great on paper. It died on screen, right? The Cybermen crawling out of the graves should have been awesome. It just wasn't, right? And then you got the Cybermen brig. A lot of that stuff was crap. But it was a good idea. I mean, like, yeah, on paper, it was good. It just wasn't realized well enough. Oh, my ears are so blocked. Let me try again. Oh, that might have done the trick. Yes, it's live. I'm missing to convince everyone on Earth to sign up for 3W Institute so they can be converted to Cybermen. But regardless, Darkwater's assertion that the dead can feel everything that happens to them is one of the most shocking moments of Doctor Who history. I mean, yeah, it is a bit, well, can the dead feel it, or can just the people in the Missy's afterlife thing feel it? I took it as the people in the afterlife thing can feel it, right? Those simple words, "Don't cremate me," are the exact opposite of cremation, because they're enough to make your body freeze and goof. I mean, that is scary, right? Not only is the idea chilling to think about when it comes to your own death, but even more awful. What didn't really work with me, because I like in Jewish tradition, you don't get cremated, right? You get buried. So I'm like, well, okay then. That works out fine. Despite the Doctor asserting it's a load of nonsense, it was a haunting thought to play in your mind. Then the storyline was fully resolved in Death in Heaven. I mean, look, the best bit of that was the bit at the beginning with what's it called? With Clara and the Doctor, and she puts a patch on him and she stills the TARDIS, and he's outmaneuvered her, and it do you think I care about you so little that you betraying me would make a difference? I mean, that's just absolute pinnacle Doctor Who. Not only is it chilling to think about when it comes to blah, blah, blah. It's also around Dark Water became one of the most complained about episodes of all time. Really? I didn't know that at all. Poor little Timmy hearing 3 words while munching down his fish fingers and beans in front. Man, this guy's got a thing for beans. I hate beans. In front of a family friendly show, was scared a kid for life. And you're saying it like it's a bad thing. Right, Labour camps to the left. Well, I felt it was chilling, but I think it was too real, too much on the nose. Right, so you have this, Britain turning into a totalitarian state. I mean, I guess like you are in real life now. It's not long till you're going to get Labour camps and people breaking the ULEZ rules, right? Perhaps setting up the central premise of tortured children on Earth a year later, Turn Left depicts how horrendous the UK government can be towards its population when the Doctor isn't around to take a stand. In the wake of a nuclear devastation wrought by a full-sized replica of Titanic, the Donna and her family are forced to relocate to Leeds in the face of adversity. They begin to bond with the Colas Santo family, one of the many families that have to share the overcrowded home with. It's so utterly devastating. The chilling moment that comes becomes more resonant as the years tick by and the Castellano family are sent to a Labour camp. The concept of the beleaguered UK government sending immigrant families to work in camp is bleak enough. Yeah, no, they wouldn't send them. This government wouldn't send them. They'll send white working class people. That's the ones they hate, right? Right, back then, the idea of the Great Replacement theory was just like a racist dog whistle. Now it's something that's real. I'm telling you, the media's looked for totalitarianism and fascism from the right wing for years, have them right under their nose with the left wing, right? And they all keep their sodding mouths shut now. Why? Because they're bloody scared. I think I got it at the time. Did I get it at that time? I think so. The counts are bleak enough until Wolf reminds us Labour counts is what they called them last time. Yep. Of course, Wolf is referring to the Holocaust and concentration camps used by Nazis to commit genocide against the European Jewish population. It's a single line delivered beautifully by Bernard Cribbins. It is. Bernard Cribbins sells this, right? It absolutely breaks your heart as it forces us to consider how our real-world UK government would handle such a desperate situation. Again, they would fuck over white working-class people. That's what would happen. Nothing else. They would just fuck over white working-class people. Rusty Davis always excelled in weaving these social and political... No, he used to. He used to until he lost his bloody mind. Social political nightmares into Doctor Who as the recent Dot and Bubble. I'm sorry. Dot and Bubble didn't work. It was good until they had the racist ending where white people are evil and Ncuti Gatwa was crying. Yeah, no. But he's yet to top that feeling of hopelessness conjured up by Turner's left alternate reality. Yeah, that's fair. That probably was one of his more creepy bits. Throw him out midnight. Oh! I am going to wholeheartedly agree with this one. Right? Wholeheartedly agree with this one. Midnight, I think, is probably one of the scariest episodes of all time. It reminds me of the Twilight Zone episode. The monster was on what street? What's the name of that episode? Hang on 1 second. The spelling it wrong. Twilight Zone. The monster that you are on Maple Street, right? Episode 1, season 1, episode 22. Look at that. A truly great episode. I agree with this one, right? I completely agree with this one. Is this the scariest Doctor Who ever? I don't know. It's up there, right? It's really up there. By the way, if you want to see this in 4K, the Doctor Who 4K project, which is like fan made, 4K upscales. They've done Midnight, and I mean, just everything about that episode is really genuinely terrifying. I love the performances. I love the soundscape. Right, the soundscape is really creepy. As again, this is Rusty Davis doing horror in a way that I think really works. It's very sapphire and steely. So yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to agree with this one, right? Midnight is one of the scariest episodes of Doctor Who of all time because it shows how confined species and paranoia can turn us into monsters. Or okay, for me, it's not really a surprise that it doesn't take much to turn people into monsters. October 7th essentially made it okay to be anti-Semitic, right? Weirdly enough, but it just no, totally fine now. You can be anti-Semitic. The most chilling moment in the episode is when the coach passengers make the drastic decision to throw the 10th Doctor out of the airlock, which will kill him instantly. The Midnight Entity hasn't even the Midnight Entity hasn't made them act in this way. They and there aren't mind control powers here. Instead, it's a mysterious creature that has built an atmosphere of suspicion and fear that turns these frightened holiday makers against the only person who stands the chances of saving them. I kind of feel the same about the media demonizing Tommy Robinson and Nigel Farage, right? Nigel Farage is your only hope, mate. So stop saying he's a racist. Yeah, no. And Tommy Robinson's people just said, well, of course he's a racist. I've never seen it. He used to be, right? He used to be deeply anti-Semitic, right? I've never seen him say or hold any racist position. I really genuinely haven't. If anybody's listening and they have a different experience, please let me know, right? I would be deeply intrigued. Instead, here the creatures are built in an atmosphere, blah, blah, blah. It's generally disturbing to see how quickly people can be turned. No, mate, I'm sorry. It was October 8th, and people were like, yeah, kill the Jews. I'm like, what? Wait. Yeah, so for me, it's not. And, by the way, those people are 100% in the same camp with Rusty Davis. Truly chilling Doctor Who scenes stay with you long after the credits have rolled. And he's helpless, terrified and the helpless, terrified Doctor being dragged up the aisle towards the end. He wasn't helpless and terrified. Is one of those moments. It's a scene that makes you reflect on how you would react in similar circumstances. Would fear take over? For most people, it would, sadly. It's not just fear; it's convention, right? Would convention take over, right? Or the people don't like going against convention. right? People like their boxes. They really, really, genuinely do. There's in the episode of NYPD Blue where the characters returns autopsies parts of a Jewish murder victim so the body can be buried. Yeah. You know, whenever there's like a terrorist explosion or things like that, there's a bunch of ultra Orthodox Jews wearing like, you know, all dressed in like white plastic underneath their like, yeah, Orthodox Jewish stuff, and they look for every little bit of flesh, right? Because we feel it's all sacred and needs to be buried together. Yeah, that's the way we roll, baby. Would fear take over, or would you stay rational like the hostess who ultimately sacrificed herself to save the Doctor? We all think that we'll be the good guy, but if the chips were down, some of us surely wouldn't. Most of us wouldn't be. So that's a good list. I have to tell you. I think that was. I'm not sure if it's the ultimate list of spooky dooky, but it's different. It's like real, genuinely disturbing Doctor Who, right? That's a pretty good list, right? I have to say that's a pretty good list. Tom Robinson was never anti-Semitic. In fact, some of the lists are saying he has something of the Jew about it. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they say he's a plant for Israel, but like, no, he said he used to be anti-Semitic, right? And then he grew up and got older, right? Yeah, as people do, right? As people do. 1 second. Stop screen. Share the screen again. Let's look at this story, which I found really quite heartwarming. I have to tell you. Doink. I think got the video. Go with it. No, one second. We didn't show this absolute scariest moment of Doctor Who of all time, right? We're gonna have to show it. I show it way too often, but this is, for me, the scariest moment of Doctor Who of all time. Now I just got to find the video. I know it's in the which folder it's in. I just don't know where that folder is. Oh, it's over here. Come on. Where is it? There you go, Doink. Yeah. This is the scariest moment in Doctor Who for me ever. Oh, God. It gets scarier. Yeah, Doctor Who likes to suck dick, which, again, don't get me wrong. I've nothing wrong with people like to suck dick. I tell you, if anybody wants to suck mine, normally I'm quite on board for that, right? I'm quite, but yeah, the gay snog. There's like you heard Doctor Who being torn apart, right? As it happened, but then again, Doctor Who used to be good. Peter Go, being Doctor Who was more fun than being me. So Capaldi's waxing lyrical about being the Doctor. Will he ever come back to the role? I don't know. I'd like to hope so. Right? I would really like to hope so. That would be fantastic. But here's the clip they're talking about. And again, Capaldi is so good talking about Doctor Who.
Incredible experience. It's you're just suddenly you're in the middle of this this fantastical world, surrounded by people who love Doctor Who. I was watching.
Okay, I've been really struggling to get through the Big Finish box set, Susan's War. And I'm thinking, because they're really working on bringing in young, mostly female creatives. And I don't know, I think you have a greater understanding of Doctor Who if you grew up with classic Doctor Who as opposed to growing up with modern Doctor Who, right? You feel like you're an iteration away from it at that point. So I mean, I found that box set it's so boring. I'm really pushing to get through it. Yeah, so watching Doctor Who.
Tom Baker the other night talking about something, and he said that when he was Doctor Who, he would do tons and tons of publicity and stuff because being Doctor Who was much more fun than being Tom Baker. And I would say
I believe. Listen, he loved adulation. I mean, we all love adulation, but I guess that's why you become an actor because you like adulation, right? You like people being impressed with you. And then he was like, hey, what's that? Let me find that tweet. Hang on, it's over here, I think. Wait. It's no, where was it? Bookmarks. I'm pretty sure it's here. Yeah, here it is. Share screen. We're going to put this over here. Yeah, this is such a great tweet, right? Can anyone imagine thousands of fans of all ages standing in the cold and rain, waiting for hours to catch a shot of Rossi over Ncuti Gatwa? I could have done back in, the Tenant years, not now, or turning on the Christmas lights. They did for Tom, and that's what being Doctor Who means to fan. Just look at these people, right? And he was so great at being the Doctor. Oh, he really knew what he was doing. He was, again, just perfect in the role.
Probably being Doctor Who is much more fun than being me. And certainly you're in a very privileged position because you receive the affection for that character. It is a character, you are. It's not. Yeah,
you used to. Jodie didn't because she was awful at it, right? Absolutely awful at it. And I know Ncuti hasn't. Again, but the people, they think it's like, oh, I'm going to be Doctor Who, everyone's going to love me. No, you got to also do the job.
Me, and it's a delightful place to be. It would be hard to sustain, I think, for forever. But you do see the best of people, which is lovely.
Yeah, look, you were lovely. What can I tell you, Pete? What's that? Steve says, I had a girlfriend at college who regarded me as anti-Semitic. Who regarded me as anti-Semitic. She warned me on meeting her landlady to curb you. What? What happened? She regarded me as anti-Semitic and warned me on meeting her landlady to curb my enthusiasm. The old lady thought I was a mensch. Okay. I don't know. I do think anti-Semitism is something that's banded around very easily, especially by the left wing nowadays, basically to cover their anti-Semitism because there's so much of it there. 12 Dossie looks back at it fondly on the roll. Well, how about just a big finish? Or anything, right? Peter Guy has opened up about some doctor, but where was this? Scottish actor who's set to return on the series Gideon and Devon Hour season 2. Am I going to watch that? I don't know. I found that one a bit dragging. This is just saying exactly what we just heard him say. Okay. When is the Devon Hour season 2 coming out? It's Prime Video from the 18th of October, 3 days. And I just found the premise of it a bit weak. Frankly, that guy keeps living life over and over again, and he remembers his life. Yeah, I've just found it all just a bit weak. I really did. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.